How does it feel to be back?
It feels good. It feels like we've been living in a like a hole in the ground, and the sun has come out, and we've come out, and I feel like everybody is like ready to just go run wild. So it's very nice to be back.
Yeah, let's run wild.
Yeah.
Now, you've really subverted the serial killer form, I think, with A Wounded Fawn. So, what was the kernel of the idea that sort of led to that conclusion?
Well, the original script came to me, and it was the story of a man and a woman who go to a cabin, and the Greek goddesses of vengeance show up, and I was like, that is a great story. And then I wanted to just start bringing in some more unique visuals into it, and once that story and those visuals came together, it just turned into what the movie is, and I think that was like most exciting for me, is sort of like looking for ways to thread in stuff we haven't seen before. So then once you start doing that visually, then the story starts changing as well a little bit. So I don't know if that answers the question, but basically sometimes with a very simple story, you can do unexpected things with it because the audience is sort of filling in a lot of assumptions, and then you can sort of pull the rug out from under it.
You certainly do. You certainly do. And then LSD by Manfred Mann is an excellent choice. And
I was wondering if Manfred Mann would get any recognition.
Oh no! I had to look it up. Thanks for introducing me. I'm more a '70s Manfred Mann.
Okay.
So where did you come across that? And you must have, believe your luck, how much it fits with the movie.
Yeah, it's very funny. I basically, for that sequence, I wanted her to play a record that had the title LSD, so that she could go and because the movie's going to take on a dreamlike quality later. So there's a bunch of songs named LSD, and that was the one that ended up fitting the best. So.
And also called Soul of a Man as well, as an alternative title, which is kind of neat.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
It's kind of a happy accident. Yeah. You mentioned the visuals, and there are some amazing tableaus, safe to say, that are taken from sort of surrealist paintings. I mean, why do you think that was a good way to? What do you think that was in a way sort of representing Bruce's descent?
Yeah, it's a good question. I don't know why the idea popped into my head, but once it did, it just became like the key to the map, and I was just sort of like, I felt there was a parallel sort of between how the female surrealists, how their work had been overlooked by history, and right now it's getting some more attention. But for 50 years, you would hear about the male painters, Max Ernst and all those guys. And so I was like, there's kind of an interesting parallel where Bruce as a character who sort of consumes women's powers, and this sort of historical aspect of these female artists, their work, the shine from their work getting sort of absorbed by the attention being paid to the men. And I don't know if it really makes sense, but it made sense in my head. And then I just kept going deeper and deeper into it.
It's a lovely rabbit hole to go down into.
Yeah.
Now this is going to go out after the film's shown, so just thinking of the final shot, which is both powerful and sustained, and really sort of snaps you out of the nightmare you've been in. What was it? How did you get to sort of hold on to that? Because that's a long shot. It didn't, right through the credits.
Yeah, I mean the actors knew what the plan was, and I said I want to, because we shot on film. I said I want to cover this with one entire can of film, one entire roll, and so I said, "Are you ready?" They said, "Are you ready?" And they went for it. And what's really fascinating is watch, because there was no rehearsal for it. So over the course of the shot, they are sort of it was more like a play for them because it was so real. Because after a few minutes, you get one level of sort of awareness. After 5 minutes, another level. By the time you're up to 8, 9, 10 minutes as an actor in one take, you're in a completely different place, especially when it's something so sort of static like that. So while we were filming it, the entire crew was just riveted. And then talking with the actors, they were fascinated by it too, because you don't often get a chance to do something like that on camera. So.
And one last question: what particular scene or moment are you looking forward to seeing with the FrightFest audience?
I don't know. I have an answer. I'm so nervous. I don't know. The end credits, and hopefully people are cheering, and then I'll go, okay, we didn't screw it up too bad.
Well, look, thanks for talking to us on FrightFest TV.
I'm so sorry. I don't know what's